Ugh.
Hey, how you doing?
They don't shoot on property, okay?
I don't. This is public sidewalk.
They own this property right here.
This is a public sidewalk. Sorry, do you understand? Let me tell you what I'm going to tell you something. Free speech, freedom of religion. This is public property, and I'm not going anywhere.
Soliciting while you're on this property right here. See all these bricks right here?
Yeah.
I know it's not slippery. That's their property.
This is public property, and I'm not going anywhere.
We're going to force the issue like that?
Yes, we are.
January 18th, 2024, the Orange County, Florida Library Advisory Board held a public meeting. The public meeting was held at 6 p.m. on the third floor of the main library located in downtown Orlando. It has come to my attention through an anonymous tip that the library at the main library in downtown Orlando prohibits free speech on the public sidewalk at the entrance to the library. It has also been alleged that homeless people are not welcome in public meetings at the library. So on January 18th, 2024, I traveled to the main library in downtown Orlando to conduct a civil rights investigation to see if these allegations are true. I arrived about 30 minutes before the public meeting started and stood in front of the library on the public sidewalk, soliciting goodwill and compassion for our homeless vets. Then I attempted to go inside the library to attend the public meeting. Let's see what happened.
Hey, I got it. God bless homeless people. How you doing, man? God bless homeless veterans. Good afternoon, y'all. God bless our homeless veterans. I'm sorry, I'm hard of hearing. Can you speak up?
You can't solicit it from the library.
God put my heart to do this, so I'm gonna be here for about 30 minutes.
I'm sorry, but it can't be right here. It can be down here or further down that
I've got both put it in my heart to do it here, so it's
I'm
fine.
sorry, it can't be here.
I'm going to do it here. Do what you gotta do, man.
All right, I've already told you once.
I told you once.
I know, I got it.
God bless homeless veterans. Not going anywhere.
Sorry, you have to go somewhere.
Not going anywhere. Do you work here or something? Who are you? Mr. Rudy? Okay. All right, Mr. Rudy. I'll be right here. Have a nice night. Have a nice night. God bless the homeless veterans, y'all. Come off. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. God bless those that stand right here. I'm standing here just like anybody else. On the sidewalk. Hey, how you doing? This is public sidewalk.
They own this property right here.
This is a public sidewalk. Sir, do you understand? Let me tell you what I'm going to tell you something. Free speech, freedom of religion. This is public property, and I'm not going anywhere.
Soliciting while you're on this property right here. See all these bricks right here?
Yeah.
I know it sounds simple. That's their property.
Hey, Jared.
Property, and I'm not going anywhere.
I'm going to pick up Ivar after getting his nuts cut off.
All right. Well, what's your name? All right. Nice to meet you. Public sidewalk, y'all. Colorado Field.
Hey, back National.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you stay off of our property. Just right here. This is our property line.
All right. I am hard of hearing, so you can speak up.
You can stay on the other side of these bricks that are turned the other way. This is not, that's our property. This is not. You can't let people solicit on our property. And I have to treat you like I treat everyone else when we enforce this. I can't make an exception.
Soliciting is free speech, sir, and this is public property. I'm not going anywhere.
It is our
Again, soliciting is free speech. This is public property. I'm not
I'm
going
on public property.
Is the library not public, or
No.
library is private?
No, yeah, it's limited private. I'm sorry.
The library is public property, sir. I'm engaged in free speech. Have a nice day.
Yeah, it's been snowing all day. Not bad though. It's wet and fluffy. It's not so super cold today.
I'm saying that a public library is private. That's silly.
Calling to order. We want to make sure we do opportunity for public to speak this morning. You have policy and procedure.
It's in the 20s. I mean, a lot better than it has been.
Allowing you to speak tonight. Yes, I'm over here. Speaker's card. Fill out and give you 3 minutes.
So after multiple feeble and failed attempts to intimidate me, run me off, and silence my free speech rights, which included a supervisor of the library staff laughably claiming that the public library is private property with limited access, I was ultimately left alone to express my free speech until I then entered the library and attended the public meeting without incident. God bless the homeless veterans. God bless freedom of speech. God bless freedom of religion, and God bless freedom of assembly on a traditional public forum. On your
Welcome once again to Leto's Law. Here's Steve Leto.
Terry sent me a note about this story and said, Steve, this might be viewed as political, but I think you'd be interested in the story. And I don't think this is political. I'm gonna do a story here. I'm gonna tell you about a story in the news, and I don't think it's political of me to talk about this story. There might be people involved in the story who are politically motivated, but what's happening here, I think, is newsworthy, and it's happening in Florida. Florida school districts removes dictionaries from libraries to review for possible bans. They're thinking about apparently banning some dictionaries because of the words they have in them. Now, you may notice that I've got dictionaries on my set. I've got a complete set of OEDs over here and over there. There's 20 volumes to that. You wouldn't know this, but I've got a couple other dozen within eyesight of me right now that are not on the set. I have a fetish for dictionaries. I've got dictionaries all over the place. I've also got some specialized dictionaries, like dictionaries of like surfing slang and things like that. But I've always been fascinated by the English language, and I talk about that quite a bit. So this story here is from WFLA out of Florida. Kevin S. wrote this. A Florida school district has removed more than 1,600 books, including dictionaries and encyclopedias, to review them for possible bans under Florida law that prohibits books with sexual content. Now, I had, growing up, in our living room, there was a set of encyclopedias, Encyclopedia Britannica. And I remember flipping through that on rainy days, just looking up stuff. I don't remember there being a lot of stuff in those that are inappropriate. In fact, I think if you look at how they're marketed as being something the family can use as a resource. The kids can learn from it. The parents can look stuff up. Of course, it's wildly outdated now that we have a thing, called the internet. But that's what it was for.
You going, homie?
So the Florida
Nice guy.
Freedom to Read
Coming over to my
Project
lane.
obtained the list of books pulled by a county school district, which includes 5 dictionaries, 8 encyclopedias, the Guinness Book of World Records, Ripley's Believe It or Not, and Anne Frank's Diary of a Young Girl. Now, here's the thing. Are they going to pull the entire set of encyclopedias or just certain letters? So there'll be A, B, C, D, E, but no F. I'm curious. The district also pulled biographies from Beyonce, Lady Gaga, Oprah, Nicki Minaj, and Thurgood Marshall. Now, I'll admit I've not read Thurgood Marshall's biography, but as you may know, he was a Supreme Court justice. So some people say, which name does not fit in this list? Beyonce, Lady Gaga, Nicki Minaj, and Thurgood Marshall. Oprah was in there too, I left her out for comedic purposes. Also on the list are books by John Green, Stephen King, Nicholas Sparks. Nicholas Sparks wrote a bunch of books.
The Road.
They're made into movies, including, like, say, Message in a Bottle.
The Road.
Former Fox News host Bill O'Reilly's Killing Jesus and Killing Reagan were also pulled, according to the Florida Freedom to Read Project. Now, here's the thing. I've not read any of Bill O'Reilly's books. He did a series, though, on the killing of famous people. And so Killing Jesus, I haven't read it yet, but I'd have to guess that it kind of follows the story that you might find in the Bible, because the Bible explains how Jesus was killed. It's been a while I looked at it, but a district spokesperson told a newspaper the books have not been banned or removed, but were pulled. They weren't removed, they were pulled. See, this is why you need a dictionary. What's the difference? Apparently, you can look it up in your own dictionary, but maybe not at the school. But they were pulled for further review to ensure compliance with the law that went into effect in July. The Florida Freedom to Read Project, along with PEN America and Penguin Random House, sued the school district in May over a previous set of book restrictions. A hearing in that case is scheduled for this week, believe it or not. Full disclosure, Penguin Random House published 2 books of mine, including American Murder Houses. I wonder if that would make the list. I didn't see my name on there. So Florida House Bill 1069 expands on the parental rights and education law passed last year. The bill prohibits classroom instruction on a whole variety of things. Lawmakers voted to extend the prohibition from pre-K all the way through 8th grade. Now, I've mentioned before, and Terry pointed this out to me, and he wanted to make sure that I understood the context in which he's writing to me. He said, Steve, you mentioned you have educators in your family, and you've also taught. My mother was a librarian. My mother was a librarian at 2 different schools. She had a degree in library science. And in fact, she came to see me, along with my father, receive an award from the Michigan Notable Book Committee, which was part of the Library of Michigan. And they had a big event in Lansing, and my mother and father came to see me there. And when Randy Riley, who is the librarian of Michigan, came, I said, by the way, Randy, why don't you meet my mother? She's retired now, but she was a librarian for many, many years. And so I know that she got a real kick out of meeting him, and he seemed to get a kick out of meeting her. But he also, I've known him for a while because several of my books have won that award. But I've always been a firm believer that books are generally good. And if you don't want to read a book, just don't read it yourself. But if you're a parent, I understand a parent does want to keep track of what their children read. I understand that concept, okay? But when I look at the books that are on this list that were banned, I'm a little puzzled. So, for instance, I'm not going to read all of these books to you because there's too many to read in one video. But starting at the top of the list, I ran across Douglas Adams. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is on the list, along with Life, the Universe, and Everything, Mostly Harmless, So Long and Thanks for All the Fish, Restaurant at the End of the Universe, And that, of course, is his full 4-book trilogy and an extra one. And yes, the trilogy included 4 books. It's part of the joke. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I cannot imagine. I'm being serious here. I cannot imagine what is in that book that is considered inappropriate for kids to read in school. I cannot imagine it. I've read those books. I've actually got, I'm betting 4 or 5 different copies of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy in my possession. Someone gave me a paperback. I later went and bought a hardcover. Later, when the series came out in hardcover, I bought that also. I've had people send me commemorative editions of it, and I can't imagine.
All right, let's see what Freeman's video is
would be
about.
inappropriate. And I'm being serious here. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy started out as, believe it or not, a BBC radio play. Douglas Adams envisioned a radio show called
Your Honor, I beg you. I've never been in trouble. I'm not going to harm anybody.
An East Cleveland police officer crying he's sentenced for his crimes. Park's so-called apology sounded more like a 2-year-old trying to argue why he shouldn't be put in timeout for doing something wrong.
It was dark, it was cold, and he fled from the police. We were in a corner alley. I couldn't see anything.
Hey everybody, it's Minnie Freeman. In October 2021, Officer Brian Parks tased a handcuffed man 2 times and then lied on the police report about the incident. He was charged with assault, and yesterday he cried like a little girl while he was being sentenced for his crimes.
In court, Brian Parks looked straight ahead as prosecutors played body camera video showing Parks tase a handcuffed man twice. Investigators say it followed an October 2021 police chase. Investigators say the driver refused to pull over for speeding and possible window tint violation. Still handcuffed, prosecutors say the man was slammed into the back of a police cruiser by Parks. His foot then slammed in the police car's door.
This was his attorney's attempt at a defense.
It's the things that
The
he
fuck?
witnessed and that he went through.
Right out of a traffic
in his
circle, and he
capacity as a
stopped right
police
here.
officer
What a fucking idiot.
that caused him the post-traumatic stress disorder and the other mental health issues that he has that led to this offense.
By this logic, if attacking someone causes him PTSD, which caused him to attack another person, then who's to say this won't be a repeating cycle that results in further attacks in the future? Because every time he attacks someone, his PTSD gets worse. His own attorney admits he has mental illnesses, which is a good reason for him not to be a cop, but not a good reason for him to violently attack people and lie about it. Park's so-called apology sounded more like a 2-year-old trying to argue why he shouldn't be put in timeout for doing something wrong. He claimed that he broke the law because it was dark and cold.
It was dark, it was cold, and he fled from the police. We were in a corner alley. I couldn't see anything. Your Honor, I beg you. I've never been in trouble.
He says he's never been in trouble, but that doesn't mean he hasn't committed prior crimes. It just means he has never been prosecuted for them before, which is likely what led him to so brazenly commit the crimes we witnessed on camera. He claims he couldn't see anything, even though we can see everything in the camera. If he couldn't see anything, then why did he use his taser at all? He could have accidentally tased a fellow officer. Clearly he deserves prison time, as he shows absolutely no remorse, only childish excuses.
It was dark, it was cold,
and tears while he feels sorry for himself for getting caught. Parks is a 7th police officer with East Cleveland Police that has been convicted of a crime in the past year. Some people say this is a sign that the department is corrupt. I say they have always been corrupt, and this is just a sign that they are finally starting to be held accountable.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, what are you doing back here? What are you hoping to learn? Oh, I film the sheriffs to understand what they do as part of their training. What are you guys learning?
All right, you guys, this video today is just nuts. This is brought to you by Cop Watch, Imperial Beach, which Imperial Beach, if you are unfamiliar, is the beach which borders Mexico in San Diego County. And this gal is out walking her dog. She's a cop watcher. She's out walking her dog, and she stumbles across a sniper's nest and a bunch of militarized sheriff's deputies from San Diego County Sheriff's Department. If you all remember, that was the infamous video with the alleged fentanyl overdose of the cop that's gotten about 60 million views, even despite doctors citing that it was absolutely not an overdose. So you know that this is not a reliable or trustworthy source. San Diego County. So anything that comes out of their mouth, I do not believe.
Picking up Ivar after getting his nuts cut off.
Let's get into this. Go sub to her channel if you haven't already. This is absolutely cringeworthy on the part of the Sheriff's Department. Go send her a sub. Leave her a comment. Tell her Johnny 50 sent you. Let's get into it.
This is a big scene. This is a big scene. This park is for children, dogs, and horses. Yeah, my intentions are to film the sheriffs at all times. That's what I do.
We're doing a training exercise. Are you gonna follow me into the brush?
Don't worry about her, dude. Just do your job, soldier.
I'm giving you a training as well. That you always will be filmed while you're working in public. This is a double training on your side. You've been trained from all angles.
He's definitely trying to come up with a reply.
Here we'll go back out to the street.
Yeah, he aborted his mission. Training cannot be completed when you're being filmed.
What's up? Okay. Hi.
Nothing sounds more like a military helicopter than a military helicopter.
What are you guys practicing today?
Training.
Training what? What are you hoping to learn that you don't know already? What are you hoping to learn how to do with that gun?
Am I the only one that thinks that she caught them in the middle of something that they weren't happy about?
How far are we walking? Who taught you not to talk while you're being recorded? In Imperial Beach, the sheriffs can't control their mouth. Who taught you that self-control? What rank are you? What's your name and badge number? Oh, you forgot the part where you have to tell me your name and badge number.
JC, what up?
Did you forget that you do need to tell me?
Just waiting for them to text me and let me go in there and pick up my dog.
Are you on duty right now?
Got freshly cut nuts. All right, they're calling. I'm going to get them. I'll be right
Is
back.
there a reason why? Are you ashamed of what you're doing?
We're doing a training exercise. Are you gonna follow me into the brush?
Sometimes the sheriffs remember. You need to be reminded they get civilian training all the time.
Yeah, I know. Huh?
Hey.
My name's Peter. Is there anything? I mean, you can follow him if you want. You can, but
You know, I've been personally filming cops for 6 years, been probably watching cop watches and auditing for over 6 years, and I've yet to see the duct tape with the Sharpie combo for your name tag. Great job.
is there anything I can help you with? Do you have any questions? Or
Yeah, what are they training? What are they hoping to learn today?
I don't know. Capabilities and any deficiencies.
Capabilities to do what? And what is this gentleman's inefficiency?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say IQ and charisma.
I don't know yet. We're still doing training.
So we'll find out.
We'll find out.
What are you hoping to teach him?
So I'm just proctor. I'm just making sure that things are safe and that everybody's got stuff going on and learning and doing what we need to do.
Learning what? You're the teacher and you can't tell me what they're learning?
I don't know. I'm just, like I said, I'm just one of the safety proctors.
You literally don't know and you're the safety proctor? How are you going to maintain their safety? I mean, what do you need to do to ensure their safety?
All sorts of stuff.
Like what?
All sorts of stuff.
You're not sure of your job?
You look all around and you see all this stuff. Where's my stuff?
I'm asking you what you do.
What do I do?
What do you plan on doing today to ensure their safety?
So we do all sorts of stuff.
You haven't given me one example yet. It seems like you don't know what you do.
What do I do?
Yeah, what are you doing today?
All sorts of stuff. What do you mean?
Tell me what example of one thing you plan on doing today. Because you're evading my questions.
You're asking really big questions. I don't understand what.
No, I'm asking you literally a very clear question. What are you going to be doing today?
So today I went to breakfast. I made coffee. I went to breakfast. I drove down to here. We did some training stuff already. We broke for lunch.
No, I'm talking about what are you doing in your training? I don't care about your breakfast.
What am I doing in my training?
Yes, what do your trainings consist of?
Depends what our training topics are.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Today, what did it consist of today? What are you teaching these guys?
So like I said, I'm just doing the safety aspect of it.
What is your role as a safety? What did you do today to ensure their safety aspect?
So we did notifications, we came out here, we surveyed the property, and a bunch of other stuff.
Did you deem them to be safe while being filmed? Or do you think I'm a threat while filming?
I think you're just a person that's probably concerned about what's going on. I saw you walking your dog in school. I waved to you.
Are the Imperial Beach Sheriffs here?
Imperial Beach Sheriffs? Like deputy sheriffs from the Imperial Beach Station?
Yes.
Here? No, it's just me and you. I don't see anybody else on either direction.
I already saw your other officers hiding in the bush, so that's a lie.
Okay.
You just got caught lying.
I'm not lying to you. There's nobody else here. It's just me and you talking and trying to
Okay. Okay, now you just got caught lying. I just filmed a bunch of sheriffs in bushes.
Is there anything I can do to help you, or are you just trying
Yeah, you can answer my question. Where are the Imperial Beach Sheriffs?
Obviously at the Imperial Beach Station, or they're at patrol calls?
They don't need to be trained?
I actually don't know what they're doing today. Are you trying to, like, I don't get what you're trying to do. Like, are you trying to, like, get me to, like, look like an idiot? Or are you trying to, like, actually learn something?
Only you can make yourself look like an idiot. I was trying to figure out what you're doing, but you couldn't answer the question. That makes you look shady. I asked you literally, what are you doing with these sheriffs? And you still haven't told me yet. There's sheriffs walking around with, I don't know what the kind of gun that is. They're walking around my park with freaking giant AK-47s or whatever they are. And you won't explain to me why. What are you training them to do in our park?
So we're in the San Diego Sheriff's Department. We're not in the park. We're on a private property. And we're doing training.
What kind of training, son?
Army training, sir! Army training, sir!
We're training all sorts of topics.
Look, you said no one's here. Look at all these fools.
They just showed up. You saw them just drive in. I don't know why you're trying to, like, make it a big scene.
This is a big scene. This is a big scene. This park is for children, dogs, and horses. How do you know that?
Oh yeah, that's a call for service usually.
Too bad you don't enforce right here. intentions are to film the sheriffs at all times. That's what I do. Will you go bring her to me if you're that concerned?
No.
Bring her to me.
No.
Make yourself useful and bring her to me.
I don't know if I'm going to need to call animal control for this.
Asshole? No.
You do need to call animal control to rile up these pigs you've got here.
So,
No.
here, I'm trying to like talk with you, but I don't understand what you're trying to do.
Hi.
I already told you I'm trying to
Hi.
film these pigs.
Hi. Yes,
So-
morning here. You guys stay there. Lay down.
Since I
Lay
already
down.
got nothing from you, I don't
Lay
have
down.
much to give to you.
Lay down. Lay down.
I'm trying to like talk with
It's
you.
okay. I know.
I don't understand what you're trying to do.
I already told you I'm
Hug
trying
on
to
drugs,
film these
yeah.
pigs. So, since I already got nothing from you, I don't have much to give to you.
All right. Well, no, we gotta go. We gotta go pick up dinner. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. I know that thing is stupid. I have no idea.
What are you guys hoping to learn today?
Really? Oh, you get noses are all.
Private property, so.
Ma'am, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm filming the sheriffs. That's what I do.
That's what you do? During a training exercise?
Yes, at all times while they're on duty.
You're gonna get hurt out here.
Oh, he's here to ensure our safety.
This is fucking cramped. This fucking driveway here.
So this is another example of sheriffs being too coward to expose to the public what they do on duty. This is the power of one camera, a cell phone that anybody can have.
You just don't need to get hurt.
You whip out your camera and sheriffs go running back to their cars. What are they trying to hide? What are they so afraid of that I'm gonna film? I mean, they already know that their safety is guaranteed because of this guy, so I literally don't know why they're afraid.
Hey. What?
It's called the Walk of Shame. The Sheriff Walk of Shame. I get to see it all the time. All you have to do is whip out your phone. You want to see it as well. They just told me it was private property. They're literally walking on a pedestrian, equestrian pathway right now. Yeah, what are you doing back here? What are you hoping to learn? Oh, I filmed the sheriffs to understand what they do to as part of their training. What are you guys learning? What are you guys doing?
They're training.
What kind of skill are you hoping to learn?
Quote overrider.
All of these sheriffs had to stop their training because they're getting filmed. Hello.
What's your name?
I don't give out my name when I'm working.
Right. Just out of curiosity, you understand what's happening right now?
I keep asking them what
Oh,
are
yeah?
they hoping to learn today with this training.
I don't even drop the link. I don't know. I don't even think I have.
Specifically, what are you guys doing?
This is pretty
No one's answered that yet.
You got the link? Hey, Dirty. I just picked up Ivar after getting his nuts cut off. He's just giving me that stare like I did something to him. Drug Pug, yeah. Here. Look how mad he is. Just giving me a stare. He just like literally has been sitting there just staring at me. I think he's a little bit high, but whatever they gave him was so powerful that he can't have any more till tomorrow. What did I do, the lampshade? It sets it off. I'm going to go ahead and grab some beverages real quick. I'm going to leave him running with you guys. I was going to... You said sheep show? Let me find that once I get stopped. Oh, he's so mad. So mad. Let me find this. There we go.
If you remember, I think it was count 9 was charged as a vandalism, and the prosecutor wanted to add a robbery by interlineation. What that means is that they're just going to orally amend the charges. And so if you remember at the preliminary hearing,
All right, I'll be right back. Stay good.
Robbery, John was seated in his car, the folks were around the car, so his driver's seat facing the direction of the car. Behind him, and the significance of this was underplayed, why did Chaco 2 have a mace canister in the back seat of his car? And I don't think that point really hit Judge Aragon, but he did. And so apparently some unknown person, wasn't Alex, speaking for Alex, wasn't Alex, someone reached in, got the canister, sprayed a quote unknown liquid, and then put it back. So that's the one. So the judge wasn't having it, and she said, no, people, I'm not going to allow the amended robbery. So what happened this morning, we found out, is that the prosecutor alleged the robbery. And so this is important because you're hearing the prosecutor's rendition of facts. It's kind of like a time warp back to before the preliminary hearing, and there were some significant pieces of evidence that came out during the preliminary hearing. One thing that I'm a little proud of is, so if you remember the preliminary hearing, now the DAs are saying, well, we showed the complete videos, and they accuse us of editing videos to make it look palatable. And so what I'm trying to tell you with that, if you remember, that the prosecutor didn't show any videos for 2 days. So if you remember, they had Detective Travis Johnson, and then they had the IO in this case. They talked about the video. They said what they thought it said or showed, but they never showed the freaking video. And so if you remember, community gave me videos, many of which are on Alex's phone, but we don't have access to his phone because it's in police custody. So the community gave me the videos that we posted online that the cop, the investigating detective, spent 50 hours watching all these videos, and yet the prosecutor didn't want to show one video when they first started their case. Okay? So what's the takeaway here? The takeaway is
being selective with the evidence. So when I started showing, and I said this in my closing argument, I'm going to say it again. John Doe 1 is a liar. John Doe 1 is a liar. When he confronted the street vendor, Steven Rodriguez, who, by the way, he was 2 inches under the property. So, like, one of his poles barely impinged on the property over there at the market. And so this guy got in his face, and he was aggro, right? And if you remember the video, he used the N-word on the vendor. There is no video evidence that corroborates what John Doe 1 was saying, that Alex called him the N. So I was able to destroy John Doe 1's credibility.
No.
When John Doe 1 claimed that the street vendor choked it out, and then he used his hands to push it up, and then that's when the phone fell. And you remember when I showed the actual video? The actual video did not show that. There was no point in time where you saw hands on John Doe 1's neck. I mentioned in my closing argument, what you did see is that a pumped up, angry John Doe 1, you can see his jugular vein pulsating as he's calling this guy. He says, "You a boy, you a boy." And he said something about my NGA. He's a liar. And there's a reason they didn't bring him to court during the preliminary hearing, because they know he's a liar. And then I never saw anyone's hands going up. I never saw that on the video because it never happened. That's when you see the tussle. That's when you actually see John Doe 1 punching and swatting the street vendor to try to shut down the video because he knows he's out of line. And the reason I bring this up is that the prosecutor's rendition does not comport with the evidence that we elicited, that I elicited. And if you remember Judge Arredondo's ruling, she didn't talk about John Doe 1 because even she had doubts about his credibility. She talked about John Doe 2. She talked about John Doe 1 with the fight at the El Super, which Alex filmed.
Yeah, boogies. Yeah, feeling so good.
And when John Doe 1 claimed
You lay down when you get home.
having epithets from him, there's not one epithet that you can hear during that section of what happened.
I got a call on my food here.
We have a fist fight. The emotions are high. Okay? There's absolutely no video evidence to corroborate John Doe 1's claim that there was a death threat. This magical.
China King, how can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. I put in an order earlier for Doc for 4 o'clock. It looks like I'm going to be there a bit earlier. Can you guys go ahead and get that started now?
What time would be?
I'm on my way there. I should be there in about 10 minutes. So I got done a whole lot earlier than I thought I would.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
All right. See you in a bit.
Male number 2 who allegedly has a gun. Where's the video evidence of that? Where's the audio? Why didn't John Doe 1 call the cops right then and there? Because it never, ever happened. Why was John Doe 1 having his hand on his holster for his pepper spray device? Okay? So when Alex said, "Hey, you have one, we have one too." Okay? So that's the reality of the evidence here. Now, a lot of people in the community believe that this is a politicized prosecution because of Alex's confrontational activism. And as I have said many times, controversial is not criminal. Controversial is not criminal. Controversial is not criminal. Now look, what we really have here are two fist fights, right? Because I'll admit, you can see it on the video, at one point after John Doe 3 opens up that car door and hits that lady, and you guys saw it. The prosecutor and the cops are trying to minimize it, but you saw it, and you saw her recoil. When he got out, he wasn't like, hey guys, can I make a donation? He was ready to throw down. And that's obvious when you watch the video and you're not brainwashed. So my point is, look, I'm gonna say it. There's video of my guy going like that. Okay guys, that's a fist fight, right? That's a fist fight. So we're not really here with all the good things.
I know.
We have two fists.
So hard, huh?
And if you remember,
Life's so hard.
so look guys, I wear the flag, right? Other people to try to say that they're the Americans, we're the Americans, we have our First Amendment right to speak out. So I wear the flag. But if you think about the history of political demonstration in this country, they've gotten permits, they've gotten it's the MAGA people who bring the damn bear spray. It's the MAGA people who have those manifestos that they use as weapons. It's the MAGA people who
Oh God, the MAGA people.
trying to drive their car and kill people. Okay? So what I'm saying is, good, bad, like it or love it, this is what's happening in the country. And they bring it up because look, there's pepper spray, there's part of this. That's part of the reality. But the way I see it, we have two fist fights right now. John Doe 3 and something that you know. And as I said in my judge, these victims do not have clean hands. And that's an important part of what the real video evidence shows, that the prosecutor is neglecting to the judge. So let's talk about John Doe number 3. John Doe number 2. So John Doe number 2 is going to a police station that is closed to the public. Right, there's a little phone in the yellow box. It was Labor Day weekend, as my activist friend over here in the video, and he's trying to file a report, but he ends up getting pissed off at the so-called protesters. And remember, I know this word protesters. Protester is a word the government uses to marginalize people who are activists, who are out there in the street. So I use words like peaceful assembly, the activists, right? The demonstrators, let's go back to the language from the 60s. So protest means that we don't like you and somehow you're an outlaw to me. But this guy, John Doe number 2, he gets upset because he blames Alex and the folks for shutting down the police station. So what does he do in response? He takes a Gatorade bottle filled with urine with the cap off and he throws it at the crowd. So if I did that while being in jail to a deputy, that's called gassing, and that is charged as an assault. Okay? So the cops are saying, well, it's an unknown weapon. We know what it is, but I did get the detective to admit that the crowd perceived the liquid as urine, and that's significant. Okay? So if I throw urine at you guys, I'm pretty much gonna expect that you're gonna be upset. So it's like you go to the white car and there's like 20 Harleys and they leave their gloves on there, and you take those gloves and you throw them on the ground. What's gonna happen? So everyone says that the crowd has a quote 12 people that went to John Doe 2's house. This is on video. Okay? They want to insinuate that, and then there's an article, I think it's SB Sentinel, so they call everybody the enamorados. So they don't even, they're not Victor Millay just to say, they're calling everybody, you know, whatever, los enamorados. Well, let me go back to a significant point that the prosecutor just argued to the judge. And he said that they somehow found out where John Doe 2 lives, and this is why the group is dangerous. It turns out John Doe 2 homie lives on the same street as the police department, like several blocks down. It wasn't that hard to see his car. Whenever his quote counter surveillance was, homie drove down the street. Come on, guys. That's a joke. All right. Now, when they got there, they were upset. Why were they upset? Because he threw urine at them. And he blamed them for something that they didn't do. They were peacefully assembling, and they wanted Wendy to get released from custody. They didn't break any laws. And, you know, nobody knows who committed any of these.
What? Getting food. Getting Chinese food. Yeah, no date night tonight because of you. You spent $400 to get your nuts cut off. Why the hell is anyone using a car wash right now? It just seems like a silly thing to do at this point.
Someone, they said it was Alex, that may be up for debate, said, just apologize. If you don't apologize, I'm going to be here every day. So John Doe 2 said, under the circumstances, I'm going to get out of my car, open the car. You see this on video. I got the detective to say it was inches from where he was in his car when he jumped down and he said he was sorry. So that happened. What happened? Everybody left. Story over. That was what happened. This is not a kidnapping in the sense of what you watch on TV. Okay?
All right. Let me go see if the food's ready. We'll stop and get some meals on the way home, okay? You gonna wait here?
So what's close to prison? Close to prison means
You can't wait? No. Be back. No.
So the issue here is that we have in 1 hour our only opportunity left, guys. This is the last bail review hearing in the case, unless after trial the judge will allow it. And often if someone's convicted, that's when judges say no bail pending sentencing. Okay? So we've had no bail the whole time. Alex has been, everyone's been in custody since December 14th, and over a month. In my practice, no bail is generally reserved. Gang murderers who start out with $6 million bails, they have 1, 2 murders, and a 10th murder, and then the family says, both court, please lower the bail. They say, hey, listen, if I do this, I'm running the risk of getting a no bail. And then the judge says, okay, great, no bail. So we don't have that. It's in my moving papers, my motion. We have no great bodily injury. We have no great bodily injury. John Doe number 1, I think he had, they like to say contusion. It's a scratch, people. It's a scratch on his shoulder from being on the ground. There's no broken bones. There's no blood. There's no stabbing. There's no discharge of a firearm. There's no shooting. Okay? So I have cases. I practice all over the country. I have cases where people get shot. And I have cases where I didn't get the nightclubs in camp. Okay? So what I'm saying is that
What? Is it hurt? You sore? You got a sore groin? Sword? What?
It's in my motion that they read anyway. So the functional equivalent of
One more stop.
jail, no bail, is being on house arrest. So if Alex gets the ankle monitor and he cannot leave his home unless he's going to work, unless he's going to school, or unless he's taking the adult child, who, by the way, they're Wendy's child, the daughter, I think she's 24, she's blind, she's epileptic, she has seizures, and she cannot take care of herself. She goes to the doctor a lot. So if Alex cannot talk to the other co-defendants, stay away, except Wendy, because they need to co-parent. If he stays off social media, no more posting, okay? If he's not allowed to talk about the case,
Hey,
if
bro.
he's on house arrest, that's the functional equivalent of being in jail, because as soon as he violates that, he knows he's going back in, and he knows there's going to be no bail. And I've said this before, and I think it's a little bit ironic. It's ironic because while Alex is in jail,
It is very warm, actually. It's almost too warm.
well, anyway, James is his cousin, Barbara. He can call James and leave a message that can be posted. Okay, so right now they're just making
What?
martyrs. So if they really want to silence them, put them on house arrest and keep them on social media. So I find that incredibly ironic, the situation. They're just not thinking this through, in my opinion. So yes, I am going to vigorously advocate for the judge to put Alex on $80,000 cash bail. That's an amount that Alex can afford.
It's all right. I got bored, so I tilted out. But it's just Matt and girl that came by the time we got done, or by the time I was done. I streamed too, a little bit anyway.
That some of the other lawyers don't have faith in this hearing, and they don't believe that the judge is actually going to change the rulings of at least two prior judges, and for Ms. Lujan, she can't change Aaron Rondo and Cooper. But I'm an optimist, ladies and gentlemen, and I came here to get Alex out. So whatever they want to do, I'm making my argument. I added the 8th Amendment excessive bail to my motion. That means I have federalized my motion. That means if I need to get other judges to look at this, in theory, I can go to federal district court. So if we lose today,
All right, guys. One more stop.
we're still in the game, people. Okay? So if we lose today, we're going to write a writ to the Court of Appeal and have them review this. And the Court of Appeal can say, you know what, Rosenberg, I agree with you. We're going to actually make a bail ruling. More likely, the Court of Appeal can say, Rosenberg, you're right. This was unconstitutional and it didn't follow in Ray Humphrey. We're going to remand it back to the court for proceedings consistent with our ruling. Okay? And if we lose, we're just going to keep going here. All right? Now, I want to say the reason that we're keeping the trial on a shorter leash is that if you notice during the preliminary hearing, how many people went to the preliminary hearing? Okay, I was hoping to see more hands because you'd understand what I'm referring to. But for those of you who went, if you didn't go, maybe my summary will give you an idea of the evidence of what was happening. Okay? But if they don't get out, then we can still litigate the issue of bail. The reason we're on a short leash for the trial is, if you remember at the preliminary hearing, the detectives kept saying, well, we're still analyzing, we're still investigating, we're still extracting the phone, we're still possibly looking for 11 other people. That was a rumor that was leaked. The detective clearly said that they're still watching video. They may try to add other people to this case. So we're not going to give them 2 years to drum up a whole bunch of new defendants and come up with new charges. So that's why we're putting it on a short leash. Okay. So in the past, I have said publicly, you know, when you represent Alex, you know, there's a lot of pressure. And what I mean is that Alex is a former security. Alex can mobilize hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands. And if these
Hairs all over the section. No, look back. Look at this guy. What? Why? You don't like your lampshade? You don't like your lampshade? Lay down. We're gonna go. Lay down. What? It's filthy already. What? You get eye boogies. You're getting eye boogies.
Okay, guys. So if anybody has a couple quick questions, I'm going to open it up. For me and Checkpoint, we're going to go to our little war room that we have out here, and we're going to posse up and talk strategy. So if anyone has a question,
I got a question.
Yes, this gentleman right here.
In the event that they continue to hold them unconstitutionally without bail, do you have a ballpark figure on how you can get it into the appellate court and argue bail there?
So it's not that we're arguing bail, it's that we're challenging through what we call a writ of mandate. And we're basically asking other judges to look at what these judges did. And we have to do that within 10 days of the hearing. So basically, Rosenberg, I'm not going to have fun this weekend. If that answers your question.
Yeah, 10 days.
Anybody else? Everybody good? Okay, so also,
Send a picture of mine.
to know is, can someone get me a t-shirt? I wear size large.
Hey,
so
buddy.
I can rep it on the weekend. And post it. So just to raise awareness. And like I said, for the people who are here, I really do commend you taking time out of your day, traveling a long distance. The high desert is an hour and a half. Okay, Mark. Okay, peace out, bro. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna put that here. I'll put it on the ground. It's kind of like a flag. Yeah, okay. Here. Okay, guys, so stand up, free to justice. Stand up, fight back.
I can't even see the other direction. Oh, nice. He was turning.
Okay, so what's my point? Okay, so we're not beaten down yet. All right, we're still standing tall. Estamos en la jugada. We're here to fight. We're here to push back. We're trying to get freedom for the Justice Aid. And if you remember, I think it was Christian Contreras at the first press conference who said Victorville. And so I was like, okay, the Victorville Aid, you know, that sounds like the weatherman from the 60s and 70s. And then it became the Justice Aid.
I don't know who that is.
When I first heard that, it took me a little minute, and I go, yeah, God, now I understand why it's the Justice Aid. So thanks for being here. But remember, for every person who's here, right here today, there's probably 1,000, there's probably 10,000, there could even be 100,000 other people following in this case who see the injustice, they just can't be here. So I want to thank you for taking time out of your life, driving to Victorville, and being here. Cost of living is high, okay? So you're missing work, and Alex appreciates it. And I want to let you know, in closing, Alex is doing good. He does have some health issues that we talked about, but he's able to post, and I think that's good. If we get him out, here's what I told Alex. This is not really attorney-client privilege, but what I said is, look, bro, if you get on house arrest, you're gonna write your book. You're gonna write your memoir, okay? So there's always something that Alex can do to raise the awareness, organize the community, protect the streets vendors. Thank you very much. Should I hold that up too? Yeah, okay. So, for the, whatever, for the photo op, you gotta close your mouth. So anyways, all right, guys. So Alex is in pretty good spirits. Obviously, nobody wants to be sitting in a cage with no bail. What no bail means is there's no way out. There's no amount of money that will pay your way out. I have clients who are on $1 million bail. That's a high bail, but I have clients who were able to make that happen. So they have to get out of jail ticket. But Alex and the others do not. And so his spirits go up and down, let's be honest, guys. That's why I think it was a week ago, I posted his address so you can send him a letter while he's in custody. And if you haven't done that, please do, okay? Send him a few hopeful words. Let him know that you have his back. He told me he's starting to get some letters. And here's what I want to see, okay? I want the sheriffs in San Bernardino to be so sick of Alex getting letters that they say, oh my God, bro, you got 45 more today. So let that be a community call to action. Let's start writing those letters. And I also have said, I'm taking character letters. I have a bunch. I've used some for bail. So for today, it's too late for the bail hearing, but I'm still taking letters. Community.
So he's still got no bail.
I'm looking for more video. Okay? There was a community member that sent me a video, and this was from John Doe 1. And so we had video of John Doe 1. So from your point of view, his car's facing that way. And we saw the thing, if you remember at the preliminary hearing, we see Alex is up in the right-hand corner, and the car speeds, and you see, if you see what I see is that the car seems like it hits Alex, he recoils, and then Alex says, Rosenberg, that's when he pepper sprayed me. And so I didn't have video that showed that. Then a community member like you sent me a video, and they said, hey, don't I already have this? And she said, no, Rosenberg, it's from a different vantage point. And I played that video, and in that video, you can see the windows down. John Doe 1 takes his pepper canister, and you see him raise up his arm, and it's an orange thing, and he aims it out the window, and you can see Alex. So I need your help to defend Alex, so get me the video. And one more important point, the prosecutor keeps saying that we're editing video. So the more unedited video that I have, the better Alex's trial will be. So a lot, I know there's an activist chat, like 29 people. Sometimes they talk to me. And again, my role here is not as the community organizer. I'm a lawyer. I'm trying to give updates so the community knows what's happening. But it's going to be up to y'all to figure out what the response is. Rosenberg says, keep it peaceful, block the street, get a permit, let's have a teach-in, let's have a demonstration, like the people in the 60s did when they shut down the border. Right. All right, guys.
When our First Amendment is under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. When our First Amendment is under attack, what do we do? When our First Amendment is under attack, what do we do? When our First Amendment is under attack, what do we do? When our First Amendment is under attack, what do we do? What do we want? Bail. When do we want it? When do we want? When do we want it? When do we want? When do we want it?
Yeah. Yeah, trying to grab your mic. Yeah. Too much gayness today from you, man. So, what's up in chat, man? Is chat going crazy or what? Because I just let my chat run wild. You know, what happens in chat stays in chat. I got my own problems out here to deal with, people. I can't be messing around in chat. I can't be messing around in my chat. I got my own problems out here. I got problems out here, people, and chat's not one of them.
Hi guys, love you. Thanks for riding with me. Wish the best for poor Ivar. You get egg roll?
So,
You want egg roll?
Disagree,
Boy, you don't look happy with me.
whether you're for or against, this is something that I 100% support.
So mad.
Protest on the steps of the courthouse.
All right, guys. Peace. Love you.
Beautiful sight.